Today, we delve into the dark story of Pontius Pilate, the man behind the decision that changed the course of history. As the Roman governor of Judea, Pilate faced dilemmas that culminated in one of the most infamous decisions of all time, the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. But what happened to Pilate after this pivotal event? Did the repercussions of his actions follow him to the end of his days? In our journey today, we will explore every critical detail from that fateful trial to the shadows of his return to Rome. Facing a destiny marked by imperial judgment and exile, Pilate's life offers us a unique insight into the lasting consequences of decisions made under extreme pressure. Prepare to dive deep not just into historical events, but also into the personal and political implications that defined Pilate's tragic end. Stay with us until the end and uncover the secrets hidden behind the curtain of history, revealing how the life of one man was inevitably intertwined with the fate of one of the most emblematic figures of humanity. Pontius Pilate, governor of Judea from 26 to 36 AD, is known for his controversial management during a period of tensions between Roman authority and Jewish traditions. His administration was marked by decisions that exacerbated local tensions, such as the introduction of imperial effigies in Jerusalem, which contradicted Jewish laws against images and was seen as a serious profanation. Moreover, Pilate financed the construction of an aqueduct with temple funds, intending to improve Jerusalem's infrastructure, but this action was perceived as a disrespect to sacred resources, leading to violent confrontations and intensifying resentment against the Romans. These actions reflect Pilate's insensitivity to local traditions and illustrate the challenges Roman governors faced in regions with strong cultural and religious identities. The way he handled Judean affairs not only fueled tensions during his tenure but also shaped the perception of his governance as an era of oppression and cultural conflict. The trial of Jesus is one of the most dramatic and decisive moments in Pontius Pilate's governance. This event not only challenges Pilate's administrative capabilities but also highlights the political and social complexities of Judea under Roman rule. Known for his rigid governance and frequent clashes with the Jewish population, Pilate found himself in a volatile and highly charged scenario. Faced with serious accusations against Jesus by Jewish religious leaders, Pilate encountered an ethical and political dilemma. The leaders accused him of blasphemy in proclaiming himself king, challenging Caesar's authority. This context put Pilate in a complicated position, as although the accusation was of a religious nature, it carried significant political implications that could suggest a revolt against the Roman Empire. During the trial, Pilate interrogated Jesus, seeking clarity and justification to make a fair decision. His hesitation is evident in the scriptures, which show his attempts to find a solution that would avoid execution. Pilate asked Jesus about the charges against him but received answers that left him even more uncertain about his guilt. The pressure to make a decision increased as the crowd, instigated by the religious leaders, clamored for a resolution. Pilate tried to appease the situation by offering to release Jesus as part of a custom of releasing a prisoner during Passover, hoping this would satisfy the crowd. However, this attempt failed when the crowd chose Barabbas over Jesus. The climax of Jesus' trial under Pilate was the symbolic act of washing his hands. This gesture, intended to show his attempt to dissociate from the decision to condemn Jesus, reflects Pilate's deep ambivalence. He declared he found no crime in Jesus that warranted death, yet he found himself powerless to counter the intense popular will and political pressures. This episode not only illustrates the tension between Pilate's personal ethics and the demands of his position as governor but also underlines the complicated interaction between Roman authorities and local religious powers. Pilate's reluctance to condemn Jesus, despite the lack of clear evidence of any political crime, reveals the limitations of his power and the dominant influence of Jewish religious leaders in the society of the time. After the crucifixion of Jesus, the trajectory of Pontius Pilate entered a decisive and bleak phase. The problems that marked his governance did not go unnoticed by Rome. Pilate, whose administration was already characterized by a series of controversial and repressive decisions, found himself increasingly under scrutiny due to his authoritarian practices and the harsh treatment of the inhabitants of Judea. Known for his brutal responses to uprisings and his insensitivity to local traditions and sensitivities, Pilate often clashed with the Jewish population. These confrontations not only exacerbated regional tensions but also attracted the attention of Tiberius, the Roman emperor, who was concerned with the stability of one of the most volatile regions of the Roman Empire. The turning point for Pilate came when he was summoned back to Rome. At this time, charges of poor governance had accumulated, and Pilate faced a trial that questioned his competence and his approach to power. The summons for the imperial trial was a clear sign of disfavor, and Pilate was removed from his post as prefect of Judea. This trial not only reflected his problematic management but also served as an example of how Roman leaders could quickly fall from grace in the face of imperial politics. Exiled after the trial, Pilate found himself stripped of his authority and prestige. Traditions vary as to his final fate, but many converge on a dark and lonely end. Consumed by remorse and shame, especially considering the historical and spiritual weight of his decisions regarding Jesus, Pilate would have isolated himself. The depth of his despair is highlighted in various historical and apocryphal sources that suggest he took his own life, a narrative that underscores the intensity of his fall and subsequent isolation. This outcome not only ends Pilate's career in a tragic manner but also offers reflection on the complex interactions between imperial power, provincial administration, and local realities. Pilate's exile and alleged suicide are seen by many as an inevitable consequence of a series of miscalculated choices and a lack of sensitivity to the cultural and religious dynamics he was tasked with managing. His story serves as a somber reminder of the pressures rulers face and the severe consequences that can arise when they fail to skillfully navigate the demands of leadership in complex and challenging contexts. The trajectory of Pontius Pilate offers us a grim perspective on the complexities of power and its moral implications. His life, marked by controversial decisions and the burden of judgments under extreme pressure, highlights the profound consequences of governmental actions in critical moments. Pilate's infamous decision to condemn Jesus, followed by his downfall and tragic death, underscores the dangerous intersection between justice, morality, and leadership. This account of Pilate not only closes a significant chapter in ancient history but also continues to provoke reflections on responsibility and integrity in the exercise of power. His story, echoing through the centuries, serves as a permanent reminder of the ramifications of our choices, especially under circumstances that test our courage and our principles. Was there any part of Pilate's story that was particularly surprising or new to you? Share your insights in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Until next time, continue questioning and exploring history to unravel the lessons it has to teach us.